my god, episode 4.
Of Adaptapals. My name is Jack, aka A Forgotten Donor.
And my name is Dustin. It's just my name.
That's just your name.
It's just who I am. I don't have a cool gamer name.
You don't have a gamer tag?
I have a gamer tag that I don't want to share.
Are you even a real gamer?
I have a gamer tag. Like I said though, I don't want people knowing what it is.
Oh wow. Do you not like these people?
I love these people for listening.
All our beautiful listeners, thank you very much for listening.
But I just, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you watch me on Twitch, which we'll get into later, you'll probably see it, because most games that I play don't have streamer settings.
It's a shame.
Yeah. I just recently found out about Fortnite's ones. And they're weird.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, there's different settings where you have to cut out the music and cut out this and cut out people's names.
Right.
There's no just streamer option that I could find. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
And upsetting someone, but I do need to do it, because otherwise I'll dox myself and my friends and everything.
It's
and
good.
Yeah, don't want to do it.
Dox
Anyways, welcome to the show Adaptapals.
Hi.
On this show, we talk comics and movies and games, and how we would adapt our favourite characters and stories and whatnot into video games, and maybe even films one day, we'll see. So, thank you for joining us this week, when we asked the question, Daredevil, adaptable?
You did it this time. You forgot last time.
I did it. I forgot last time, and I felt terrible at the end. But I love that. I just feel so good about that. Yeah, so we're discussing Daredevil.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't feel good about it.
Adaptable?
We're sticking with it, much like Game Break, News Break.
Game Break, News Break, Game Break, which we're not doing this week because nothing's happened, because we're recording this directly after our Kick-Ass episode.
Yeah, well, sorry. I'm busy.
Because Jack has a life.
Work is work.
Yeah. I wish I had a job.
Money's cool. I recommend it.
Money's super nice. Yeah, so this week we're talking about Daredevil, famous comic book superhero or vigilante. I mean, depends on your definition of superhero. He doesn't have powers, or does he?
He got Matt
Look.
Mercer. No, that's the D&D guy.
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Not Matt Mercer.
Oh,
he'd be good.
So Daredevil, so when Matt Murdock was a kid, he fell in, he got a face full of chemicals, and that blinded him.
Amazing way. Just got a fucking face full of chemicals. Holy shit.
I don't know how it happened in the comics.
That was me in puberty. Sorry, my last face full of chemicals joke, Because pimples and and bad and shit.
I went to a completely different and disgusting place.
Oh no.
So
this is off the rails so quickly.
So
recording in person is very different.
It's so much better though. So he got in the movie. This is my first exposure to it. In the movie, he was skateboarding or something. Mm-hmm. He was rushing to get home because he had to show his dad his report card, and then I just picture him skateboarding. He might not have been.
I don't think it was skateboarding. It might have been running, but it was through a weird industrial.
Yeah, it goes
toxic
through an industrial
waste
thing, and then he crashes into a thing and gets a face full of chemicals. In the TV show, it was similar, but I think it was there was a car accident, a truck just crashed on him or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think I need to rewatch the show, but it's a great show if you haven't seen it.
I haven't. It's my turn to say that I
haven't seen
something.
Not be a TV show watcher, Netflix web series watcher.
Sorry.
But there's his abilities are he's blind and then he has enhanced senses. Did the chemicals give him superpowers? I'm fine with it, by the way, if they did. Just because I think, it's the Marvel Universe, they could have been...
Yeah.
Whatever it is that gave the Inhumans their powers or whatever.
He seems to have more agility.
Yeah. I'm just talking mainly about the senses and stuff, because it's
he is blind.
You have to, he's blind, and you have to train that from a young age. You do get better senses. I know this because I know blind people, and it's when you lose one sense, the others compensate. But I'm that's a lot of compensation to the point where you can basically see. So I just don't know. I don't know if it's a thing in the comics or not. If he did actually get confirmed as having some, metahuman abilities, using the DC term. If he does, I'm perfectly fine with it. I think it's cool. But otherwise, he's essentially human, has super heightened senses. What's the deal? What's his history? Came out in 1964. First appeared in the comic Daredevil #1. Ben Affleck played the role in the Daredevil film in 2003, which we'll talk a little bit about that later. That spawned a spin-off series a spin-off movie called Elektra, about his girlfriend, Elektra Nachos. Nachios.
It was Nachos. Their name was Nachos. Let's be honest.
And
hey, Dustin, was that movie any good?
No, but we'll talk about it later. Daredevil got the adaptation he deserved, is what I find here in 2015, because he got the TV show.
Yeah.
Netflix web series, if you will. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's such a... I get that it is, but it's weird to call Netflix a web series.
It's a web series.
Because my brain goes to iCarly as a web series.
Exactly. You know what's funny, though?
What?
If you look up Netflix shows, sometimes they come up as web series. That's like what they're...
That's so strange.
Titled under. So it's like The Witcher, my favourite web series.
It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's weird.
What's your favourite web series? Oh, I like Astaf movie, Daredevil.
Yeah, I love Daredevil.
I love Yai and that. It's like, what? Hang on, go back one?
It's just weird. So that ran from 2015 to 2018. 3 excellent seasons. Super bummed that it ended.
Wasn't the second one meant to be not great?
It's fine. The second one isn't as good because it sets up the Defenders. So it has like this plot with which is not a terrible show in my opinion. Because it's focused on setting up this plot with the Hand, you get to the end of season 2 and it hasn't resolved the plot very well.
Right.
So then you have to watch the Defenders, because then the Defenders sets up Daredevil season 3. But Daredevil season 3 is one of the best live action superhero comic book media ever.
Damn.
It is that good.
That is a bold claim.
That is the hill that I die on.
Daredevil season 3 is the best.
It's just incredible. Like you're taken for a fucking ride, man.
Okay.
And
I heard nothing when it came out.
Yeah, it's so good.
Alright.
I think I subscribed to Netflix so I could watch season 3 because I illegally downloaded the show beforehand.
No, you did.
No, I didn't at all.
I was going to put in like a beep.
Yeah, so excellent show. Hoping maybe Charlie Cox, because he's incredible in the role, will return to it in a film. Maybe in Spider-Man No Way Home.
I doubt it.
Maybe in the new Spider-Man.
Almost certainly not.
If it wasn't a Spider-Verse movie, would you be cool with it?
Yeah.
That'd be cool as.
That'd be fun.
At the end, as soon as Far From Home ended, and he's all like, "Oh my god, they know my identity," I was like, "Get Daredevil, get Matt Murdock," and he's gonna rock up and be like, "Your Honor, this man isn't Spider-Man."
I was like, I want him to be the lawyer. I didn't really want him to be Daredevil either.
Yeah.
I just want him to be a lawyer. That'd be interesting.
That'd be so cool. I did see a meme that was like, just get a Skrull. Just get someone to be a Skrull as Peter Parker and then stand Spider-Man next to them.
Yeah.
Then Matt Murdock can be like, as you can see, this man is an alien. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. So that's a bit of the history of Daredevil. Been around for a while. His friend to Spider-Man. The Punisher debuted in a Daredevil story, I think. Or am I wrong?
No.
Did he debut in a Spider-Man story? He was a villain at first. I know that fighting either Daredevil or Spider-Man.
I think it's Kingpin appeared in a Spider-Man first, because Kingpin is up.
Yeah, he's both villain. Yeah.
Yeah, but Punisher maybe appeared in Daredevil first. I'm willing to believe you.
Yeah.
Let's not check.
I'm willing to say that.
Let's do it. He definitely
did. Yeah, he did.
100%.
But yeah, it's a very popular character. Very similar to Batman, but with the twist that he's blind, and it's cool.
Speaking of which, he's actually very popular in that he's been in a bunch of games.
He has, right?
Not many playable, and he hasn't had his own game. Kind of. We'll
get into that in a minute.
His first appearance was Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety.
When did that come out?
That came out in 1995.
Oh my god.
Had an expansive role and as an ultimate playable character in Spider-Man Web of Fire in 1996.
Oh.
Voiced by wonderful voice actor D. Bradley Baker.
From the Clone Wars. The only cast member in the Bad Batch.
Which is really funny.
That's awesome. And he's Momo in Avatar.
And Upper?
And Upper as well, yeah.
He's just a good voice actor. He's also in one of my favourite games, the PS1 Spider-Man game.
Is he?
Yeah, again, D. Bradley Baker. Good man.
Oh, you mean Daredevil was in
Daredevil, sorry.
Right, okay.
Momo.
No, I was thinking that D. Bradley Baker was in
I
guess he is in it.
He is in it, yeah.
Daredevil, yeah.
He's Daredevil as well. Of course, he makes an appearance in The Punisher. Most of his is appearances. I'll be honest.
What, as in the PS2 Punisher game.
Yeah.
That's the one that's, like, I've played that, I think. It's kind of a low, it's not a big popular game, but it's like a pretty cool game. Yeah, it's like a bit of a cult following. I tried to buy it on eBay, and it's over $100, so no thank you.
Yeah, no, that's apparently they made a Daredevil Game Boy Advance game based on the 2003 film.
Oh god.
I don't even want to know anything more about it.
Was it... I was going to say, was it like a side-scroller or something? I don't know how the
It's a Game Boy Advance, it'd be
works, yeah. So
Game Boy Advance is like a little Super Nintendo, so I'd say it would be a
little side-scroller piece of shit, probably. Just like that movie. Got him. Anyways.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, he's been in
he's in all
three.
Those, yeah.
And he's a fun character to play as. It has, like, one of my favourite things about that game, at least the first one, is it has 4 costumes for each character.
Oh.
So you get to see, like, the old yellow and fucking brown Daredevil. Have you seen the yellow and brown Daredevil?
I feel like I have. I've seen the yellow and brown Wolverine. That's terrible.
Look up if you haven't, look up Daredevil yellow outfit. It might not be brown, it might be a red, so... Let's have a look. Yeah.
Oh!
Isn't that ugly? Okay, so it is like a red,
it's like
but
a yellow and maroon.
in the comic, sometimes the colours
Or there's like the black. So if you're currently listening, go ahead and jump onto Google and just look up yellow Daredevil.
It's not good.
Just do that.
It's a bad costume.
There's some edits for the TV show.
It's not
That's
good.
great.
Don't do it. You're a famed lover of original costumes.
I do, but
Hey
not
Dustin,
this.
do you want to see this in a live action film?
Look, I would wear that as a skin in the game, but not in a film. That's where I draw the line.
It's bad. It's a
I
bad
do
job.
love classic costumes though, especially when you got the little pirate boots that they all wear. By pirate boots,
I know
the
what
ones,
you mean,
yeah,
with
the
little fold
collar
over.
thingy thing. I just love
collared
it.
boots.
Yeah, I just love it. They look great.
It's dumb.
Or like you got the boots that Green Arrow wears.
Oh yeah.
So funny. Just do it. Give me those costumes all day.
He's also been in a bunch of Lego games.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise
Naturally.
me. There's like 5 Marvel Lego games, I want to say.
Something like that. Roger Craig Smith as the voice actor.
Really?
I do like a bit of Roger Craig Smith.
He's Batman.
Yeah.
And he's Ezio.
He's a lot of... He was like the third in the Troy Baker, the other one.
Or you mean Arkham Origins?
Sorry, I mean like in the group of the 3 voice actors that
Oh,
are
it
in
was just
everything.
in everything, right?
Yeah, it
it's
was
like
Troy
Nolan
Baker,
North,
Nolan
Troy
North.
Baker.
He was the third one, I would say.
Okay, so it's like Laura Bailey, then Roger Craig.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
Laura
the
Bailey.
fourth one, yeah.
Yeah.
So Laura Bailey's and everything.
I don't think he's been in much B. He might have been. I could be incredibly wrong.
I feel like he is.
Like,
Well,
he's
I mean,
Sonic too.
Yeah, and big things like Ezio's pretty big.
Really
It's
fucking
one of the
big.
most recognisable video game characters of the last 20 years.
I remember him being in everything for like scrolling through his Wikipedia. It just goes on and on and on and on.
So maybe he's in a lot of stuff, but not a lot of big popular stuff. Yeah, but he was Batman, which was cool. He did a very good young Kevin Conroy, I will say.
He did that. Arkham Origins underrated.
Great voice acting. Pretty good game.
Pretty good game.
What else has Daredevil been in?
Oh, just a bunch of mobile games, so nothing too interesting. I
Well-
reckon we're gonna save. Well, this can be our trivia.
What about
The Daredevil game.
Yes, there was a Daredevil game.
I'm gonna see who it was developed by.
It was supposed to come out in 2002. Now, I'm just going to say this as a disclaimer. My game pitch today is called Man Without Fear. I didn't know that there was a 2002 Daredevil game that was going to come out called Man Without Fear.
It was going to be a
I
PlayStation 2
Exactly.
back in 2003.
I didn't copy it,
He just didn't.
but it makes sense to call it that. Yes, that existed. I watched a bit of gameplay. It looked like an old 2000s game.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Did you find out who was developing it?
I haven't, no.
It looked like similar graphics to the old time. You can find like the trailer and everything. It was certainly happening in development and then just got canned. Which, you know, sucks if you wanted a Daredevil game.
5,000 Foot Inc. Let's have a look.
That's the one. But it's alright because we're here today to pitch some ideas for a Daredevil game.
I'm gonna say it. Some better ones.
Probably some better ones.
Let's have a look. What have they made? They have made nothing good.
Oh, good.
Stacked with Daniel... I have no idea what that is. Army Men and Army Men Green Rogue.
Wait. there was. I was thinking of a game mode that was in something recently where you got to play as like little green army men.
So this is the full game of that.
Wow.
You just play as a little green army man. It looks not wonderful.
What was it on?
It was PS2.
Okay, cool.
PlayStation. So it was around that era. And I don't think they've done anything since.
Cool.
From what I can tell.
So yeah, there was going to be a Daredevil game, and now there is not.
That's a shame.
I wish there was one because I think he's a cool character.
I think he's a very cool character. Do you want to go first?
Which I think gets us into Daredevil pictures from Jack and Dustin.
Dustin, what is your idea?
So I had this idea.
Sit back and enjoy this.
It's really interesting, and look, I was telling my friend about it last night, and he said it was probably get tedious. So my original thinking was, what if you couldn't really see anything, but in the game, so it's like it's a third-person brawler type game, and then everything that makes sound generates like sound waves that then show more and more of the world. So if you're, say, running across a rooftop, you're sending out sound pulses that light up the area for you. And I thought that'd be so cool, because then you could be in a fight and they'd be doing call-outs and stuff like, "Oi, Daredevil, we're gonna get you!" So then you would be hearing them. And I just thought, you could have like an art style that's like black, but with sound waves, and I thought that would get super tedious to look at, because there'd be lots of sound waves. So then I kind of thought, if everything is just kind of a low light, but louder things give off more visual and more light and everything, to then sort of allow Daredevil to see, in quotation marks.
Sorry, would it look like The Last of Us Listen, though?
Yeah, I have that written in here, because I thought you could also refine it down to like an Assassin's Creed style Eagle sense, or a Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima style listen mechanic, where like you just activate your listen, you can see the whole room for a while, and then you have to activate it again to then, like, you know, once it runs out or something. But I just think that'd be really interesting, like play into that a lot. Throughout the game, you probably fight Kingpin, and other Daredevil villains, have some run-ins with the Punisher, have a cool third-person combat system, lots of fun parkour traversal. I wouldn't have it be in an open world. I was thinking have it be linear, especially if you want to lean heavy into this listening mechanic. I also thought lots of investigation-style stuff, so that you can, what's it called? Like do crime scene investigation, use his other abilities, like his sense of smell, his like touch and everything. I think that'd be really cool. Especially, just having this idea now, DualSense controller has amazing haptic feedback.
Oh, that would be
How
awesome.
cool would it be? Am I rambling too much?
No,
Okay,
I like
cool.
it. Because you kind of pitched this game a little while ago.
Yeah, to you. We just talked
A little bit in, also in the podcast.
in episode 1,
Venom.
yeah, with Venom. Yeah, I just mentioned about it.
I always pictured it as first person.
Oh!
I always pictured it as first person, and for some reason I imagined a almost Mirror's Edge.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of like first person parkour, because he's known for his parkour as well.
Okay, that'd be cool. I'm liking this more.
Because then I feel that would be easier. If you do it third person, I feel like Daredevil could get lost in the sound waves.
That's true.
Whereas if you go first person, you get that proper...
You get that pulse
a wave
that goes
is coming
out.
from you as well.
We've been playing Mirror's Edge Catalyst. It's okay.
Yeah.
The story is terrible.
Nice.
The gameplay is amazing.
It's a lot of
It's
fun.
second to none movement-wise, just like move mechanics. It's awesome.
We'll have that with that... Because I really like the pure black.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the
so
black.
cool. And I just think there'd be great art style.
Oh, for sure. It would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking first person for it.
Yeah.
First person combat. I love the idea of having like a ninja enemy.
Ooh, like the hand.
Yeah, and just you having to kind of walk around and just hearing
So
a
a bit
little...
more of a stealth type thing going on.
Yeah, like they're barely making any noise as they walk around.
Well,
So
that's
you
like
just
a
have the
thing in
little
Daredevil
waves.
Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
So they worked out how to slow down their heart rate a lot. So Daredevil actually can't hear them. And he has trouble sensing them. Like, that's so cool.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's exactly...
I like it a lot.
I love the idea that you said of like a guy yelling out,
Yeah.
"Hey, get over it! We're
And
gonna
then
get you, dude!"
Oh shit, he's over there. Yeah. And then you see the sound come from that. I just like the idea, it's like you'll be parkouring across a rooftop. And you can see it more if there's like, say, buzzing from electric signs and birds and stuff. And I even had maybe there's a cat doing a little meow meow, and then you can see the roof.
I wonder if... I don't think it'd be a full 10-hour game.
No, I think like a 5-hour experience. 5-hour experience. Not open world, just like linear levels.
Linear as fuck,
or like sort of open with a couple of different things, like a classic Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
I think it's really fun. What were we talking about? My game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
We're
turning it into we had a quick break. So turning it into like a first-person thing I'm sold on.
Cool.
Just on the Mirror's Edge thing, now I'm thinking about it, because that game has such an interesting approach to combat. Well, in Catalyst you can cheese it a lot, but the idea that's sold to you is avoiding combat at all costs, and just being quick to get through it. Unlike if you had a really cool system for quickly taking down enemies, without doing lots of janky first-person martial arts combat, that could be really interesting. Maybe that's where stealth would come into it.
Stealth, I feel like, matches Daredevil a lot.
It does, and then because he's the devil of Hell's Kitchen, just brutal, quick stealth. Obviously not killing people, because I think that's what is great about Daredevil's character. He is one of the heroes who doesn't kill people, and it's not just like, because there was like a thing in the 60s and 70s where it's like your heroes didn't kill people because that's just not what heroes do. Reminds me of something else that apparently heroes don't do. No, but anyways,
it's 2 weeks old now. You can't.
Yeah, we can't keep doing this.
And
so
doesn't eat pussy, you should.
So it's like the idea would be like, oh well, killing is bad. Superheroes don't kill people. Yeah. I like that with Daredevil, they gave him a reason to not kill people that is actually built into his character, so built into his faith and everything. It's like, I believe in humanity and good. And I think what's great about that is it doesn't need to be tied to a religious message if you don't want it to be. It's just, I believe in good.
I believe in people. I
believe that people can be redeemed and everything. And that's great because then you have these awesome conversations with Frank Castle and it'd just be awesome. Yeah. So I would have all those sort of cameos and stuff in this game. Like, you would have some Punisher beat up or whatever. Kingpin would be in there. You're probably fighting the Hand.
And that'd be interesting of having an enemy with a gun that you really have to take out quietly, because otherwise one shot is going to take out your entire vision.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just too loud.
Close. Yeah.
You just see sound waves
everywhere. It's like you get like maybe that kind of digital effect that they use in so many games to blind you.
Or even just like it's a flashbang.
Exactly.
Because it's just all the sound, all the sound waves.
Daredevil getting hit with a flashbang grenade. That would suck.
That would suck balls.
So much on the hearing.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it'd be so cool. I'm taking your idea for first person.
That is fine. A stealth of you have to listen to them walking around the room.
Yeah.
You have to listen for them talking to a mate.
Absolutely. Because I love the listen mechanic that Sony has implemented in Last of Us and in Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's such a cool, different, like it's, what is it? It's like, it's such a more interesting take on like detective mode and eagle vision from Assassin's Creed. It's like, oh, you can't see them once you stop listening. Yeah. You then just have to go into combat and remember where they were and keep using it on and off.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, that's my pitch. The game would be called Man Without Fear. As I've said, no affiliation with the 2003 game. I was on the train and I just saw that after I named mine. So,
cool.
And who would make this? I don't know. We haven't done.
Who did do Mirror's Edge?
Mirror's Edge is EA.
But what studio?
I don't know.
Because like that, I feel like that would be the ideal studio for it. They've got a very stylistic choice.
Who made Mirror's Edge? What's really cool is Mirror's Edge Catalyst is actually built on the Frostbite engine, which means it has amazing graphics and great character models.
Let's have a look.
Iron Monkey Studios.
Iron Monkey, there you go. You've got the gig.
There you go. So I would say, hey, Iron Monkey Studios, come make a Daredevil game for me, and call it Man Without Fear. That's mine.
I like it a lot.
Thank you. Well, I like your input.
After I made it better.
I think your input made it better, and your input solves the problem I was having, which is how would you do this weird world, this weirdly art-styled world of like just his like hearingscape, I guess you want to call it.
I guess you could even have like cutscenes in third person.
Yeah, absolutely. That have just full colour and everything.
Yeah, the normal.
And that's just, it stems from a place where I'm like, if you made a Daredevil game and you didn't implement something to do with his enhanced senses, what's the point? Like, it would just be a Batman game. It would be a Batman game with a Spider-Man swinging mechanic if it was the open world in third person, because he swings on his bloody rope.
So Spider-Man.
It'd be Spider-Man.
It'd be Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, but in a different outfit. He should have been in that game. That would have been so good.
They've got a reference, don't they?
There's a reference, yeah, you can visit
Murdoch.
the Nelson and Murdoch, but it would have been so cool to have a team up with him or Luke Cage or something.
Maybe they're saving it.
Definitely saving it for the co-op game.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Didn't even think of that.
Alright, well let's hear your pitch, shall we?
Alright. So, as some of you may know, I think we mentioned it offhandedly, Daredevil is a lawyer.
Yeah. He's a lawyer.
He is a lawyer.
Do Ace Attorney?
I literally have written down, the first words are Phoenix Wright.
Take that! What's the one? Objection!
Objection! So good. I think Daredevil is a character that works really well for a Phoenix Wright, almost a Telltale, I would say.
Yeah, okay.
That kind of game. So, the story that I'd have it is, you are a lawyer.
Yeah. Are you Daredevil?
Yes.
You're Matt Murdock. Okay,
Yeah, you're Matt Murdock, the lawyer.
No, you're Daredevil, just the lawyer is in the costume.
Yeah. It would have no legal precedence, but it's more fun this way. As Daredevil, you go and find the evidence
Yeah.
you use in court.
That'd be cool.
So you have to go into the crime scene as Daredevil, look around, try and find fingerprints and shit. And then as Matt Murdock...
I think they have a word for what I think it's called not admissible in court.
You know what? We're going to ignore that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fine, it's a comic book world. It's all good. I like the idea of going into a crime scene and actually trying to figure out how to do it. So it would be based around, you're in the courtroom, you get issued the case or whatever, and maybe it's flashbacks?
Oh, okay, I get what I see where you're going with
should
this.
it not be?
No,
I haven't
like
fully
that.
thought of this, but like, you're in the courtroom and it's like, oh, well, what evidence do you have to present? And then you flash back as Daredevil
And
in
it's
the
like
room.
the Daredevil thing is getting the information to give to the cops and stuff.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out where you can get find the fingerprints, find the broken this, and it would be proper mysteries.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not enough games that are proper mysteries.
100%.
Phoenix Wright is fun, but often quite simple.
I've never played one, I've just seen the trailers.
There's so much. They're more fun than they should be.
The trailers are very well done, like they sold me on it. I'm like, that looks hilarious.
I like it a lot. I wouldn't have it very action focused,
Okay.
which is a shame.
Yeah.
You might have quick time events, like in a Telltale game, like the Telltale Batman game. Did combat fine.
I like the combat sections, but you can kind of just not touch the controller and it'll still happen.
Yeah. So it's not, that's not the focus. The focus is you're in the courtroom, you actually have a mystery to solve as Daredevil looking around. You have the heartbeat, you're listening to their heartbeat go faster. You can hear when they're getting panicked.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I wouldn't want it to be posted as like an on-screen, he's getting panicked.
Yeah.
I would just want to hear...
You just hear the heartbeat going?
You have to listen for the heartbeat getting faster. If you don't notice it, you just don't notice it.
Okay.
But you could hear
So
this.
it's a little bit of an LA Noire situation where it's like look for the tells if they're lying and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. Oh, LA Noire's another good example of that. Yeah.
I've never played it.
Neither.
I want to. Could be a good one to stream, maybe.
I heard it's real goofy too.
Yeah. I just know that it was made using very old motion capture technology. So the faces, it's very obvious to tell that they're lying.
Well, I think it's good motion capture.
Yes.
But they got average actors.
Yeah, that too.
Who are just way over the top when when it's like, oh, we need you to seem a little bit suspicious, and they just like roll their eyes massively.
Yeah, no, I could see that kind of stuff working really, really well.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted to go do something different with it.
Yeah.
Because I love your idea. I remembered it from when we were talking about it, and I wanted to go as far away as I could from it. And I'm really happy with what I came up with.
That's so cool.
A Phoenix Wright style, you're in the courtroom, you actually get to put away Kingpin.
Yeah.
And that would be the final boss, obviously. But, like, getting proper...
So I'm assuming it wouldn't be a long game either?
Wouldn't be massive.
Yeah.
But you could also run into traps.
Yeah.
So I was watching someone play Phoenix Wright. I didn't know they had this. Sometimes your enemy lawyer will put a trap in the fucking...
right.
When you're looking for evidence.
Yeah.
They'll put in either fake evidence or some shit. Which is interesting, because having actual crime bosses put in, like, realizing, oh shit, Daredevil's coming in here, helping Matt Murdock. Having evidence and knowing which ones you can and can't use.
Cool. And then you have a bit where they go, ooh, Matt Murdock, you're getting all this evidence from Daredevil.
Where did you get
Daredevil?
this? Yeah.
He goes, no, I'm not Daredevil. Here's an alien.
Here's a scroll. I mean Daredevil.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that would be a really fun...
Yeah.
Actually going against the crime boss fan.
And then it works with the law and the universe as well. That's like they would be planting a lot of fake evidence because they're big crime bosses and it's Kingpin.
You got to figure out which evidence is real, which evidence is fake.
Would you have other hero cameos? Would you get a Spidey to help you out?
No.
Or a Punisher?
I think very few.
Yeah, that's fair. You just have, like, Matt Murdock just gets frustrated and he goes, Frank, just go fuck these guys up.
I think it's very odd. It's a funny image to see Matt Murdock interviewing the Punisher in his full Punisher garb in the little box in the... But I don't want it. I don't think... Maybe you'd have little... Okay, maybe you've got Jessica Jones in there.
Yeah, that'd be a good fit.
And she's been framed for a murder.
Ooh.
So you have to prove her innocence by figuring out which evidence is real, which evidence is fake.
I think it would be cool if you handled the cameos just like, oh, it's Jessica Jones. And then she never rocks up again in the campaign.
Yeah,
she just appears. It's like a case. Or it's like, you want to handle the Punisher case? Oh, well, I'm too busy to do that.
Yeah, it's that kind of shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like this.
Yeah, it's a different approach to a superhero game.
Absolutely. It's a bit more niche.
Oh, it would not get made.
Yeah. I had an interesting idea before.
Yeah.
That might get it made. Mm-hmm. You could do it as a VR game.
Ooh.
And then if you have like 3D audio headphones or something,
ooh,
that would work for surround sound stuff. Problem with that is, would you go for making him blind and then you just can't see anything in the VR game?
No. I thought about a VR game for your one actually.
Yeah.
And then I went, I would throw up.
Because you don't
something fierce. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a thought that I had like in the courtroom, because then it's like you can look around and see stuff, but then it kind of defeats the purpose of Daredevil being blind.
I think it would be almost more that still frame.
Yep. Just like a Telltale thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Point and click adventure almost.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, a combination of Phoenix Wright, point and click, Telltale.
Yeah. Telltale for the investigation sections.
Yeah.
The courtroom's just like
mostly
single frame. It'll be cool. Put in some 80s cop show cheese.
Comic book frames.
Oh my god!
Dickhead. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't think of. It's just comic book frames.
Yeah.
Like motion comics.
Yeah.
It's designed like a motion comic. Even like the point and click, you click on something and it has that motion of a still frame of Daredevil walking over, picking up something. This has blah blah blah.
You just made it even more niche and even more likely to not get made. But yeah, I like it. That would be really, really cool.
It would be $20.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be cheap. I reckon it could get made if it's a cheap little indie.
You just have I would still have controllable investigation scenes, just so that you're actually searching around and finding the evidence.
Yeah.
But the courtroom scenes are done like comic book panels.
That would make sense.
Yeah. You can even adopt a cel-shaded comic book art style for the investigation.
Yeah, definitely
stuff.
cel-shaded.
That also helps to make things a little bit more obvious to spot.
For sure.
Or you just get full AAA graphics, super realistic. It's hiding in a pot plant that you'll never see.
No. Icky.
Yeah, so I like that. It's that's how I would do it. So then you can actually have a little bit of gameplay, and make you get to feel like Daredevil.
Oh, it really makes you feel like Daredevil.
I think that would be really, really, really cool. I like this game. What would it be called?
Phoenix Wright the Daredevil Saga. I have no...
Ace Attorney Murdoch.
I'd maybe call it Nelson and Murdoch?
Oh, that's a good name, yeah.
Daredevil, Nelson and Murdoch.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That'd be cool. Is it Nelson and Murdoch featuring Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's Daredevil. Marvel's Daredevil, Nelson and Murdoch. That's a good name.
The Nelson and Murdoch Files. I don't know, something like that.
The Nelson and Murdoch Files?
Yeah. That makes it seem like they did something.
I like it.
I still my drink.
Oh,
it's fine, it's just water, but it's just shit.
That's not good. Alright. Do you want to hear some trivia? Some fun facts about Daredevil?
I would love to hear some trivia fun facts about Daredevil.
So, we talked about that game that was cancelled, Man Without Fear. just want to bring it up again because I think it's interesting.
It is.
So this is a really funny thing. So I mentioned before that I've got 2 members of my family are vision impaired, they're blind, and not totally blind, so that we're able to watch movies. And we watched Daredevil years ago, the 2003 film. And my brother goes, Matt Murdock or Ben Affleck is tapping his cane on the wrong side, like he's doing it incorrectly. And that really, really irked him. I think that's just a really funny piece of...
It's just an oversight.
Oversight in filmmaking. I think that's great.
But clearly they didn't get... Or maybe they got someone who's blind to come in for a minute.
Maybe,
But they need a more...
You know when they hire a consultant on a movie?
Yeah.
They don't hire a consultant.
What?
They hire someone
Shocking.
who's like there on set, like because it was like a historical consultant on like a historical movie, and they'll be like, "Oh, I've got these suggestions," and then they'll barely take it on board because the director and the studio always have a vision that's like, "This is what's going to sell. This is what the public is used to. This is." Then what you're saying is realistic and accurate doesn't line up with that vision, so we're not going to do it because we can't sell it.
No,
For example,
Daredevil has to go left, right, or else this film won't sell. If
Exactly.
you do right, left, fuck you.
Exactly. Like, for example, sword shins aren't a real thing
No.
when you draw a sword out of your sheath, but they do it in movies because it sounds good.
It sounds so
It's
much
cool.
cooler.
People like it. But that Daredevil film, this is just some trivia. It's not even trivia. It's not even it's a fact. It's a solid, hard fact.
Alright.
That movie sucks.
That's a bad movie. There's my Daredevil trivia. Daredevil, bad film.
Yeah, does he murder Kingpin in that?
No. He
was
murders a
gone.
bunch of people.
He murders a bunch of people. He
And then
chucks his
doesn't...
guy under a train.
Yeah. At the last minute, doesn't kill...
I think that's fine. Maybe he learns a lesson.
That'd be it, but it's not very well done.
No, it's not.
It's
not
fine.
At all. But it's
It's not
terrible
like The Last
film.
of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 has done well.
They did it great. Yeah. Thought we were going to go somewhere else.
Spoilers.
there for a second. Oh, well, yeah. Last of Us 2. Might
Mhm.
do that eventually. Might adapt it to something. It's got a TV series coming next year.
I just said movie. It's a good game. It's the best.
Great game.
It's so fucking good.
It's like a movie,
Yeah.
visually.
Shut up if you don't like it.
I agree.
Actually, no. Send hate mail to adaptapalspod@gmail.com. Tell us why we're very wrong. We'll read them. We'll read everyone out next week. I don't even care.
Was there any other Daredevil trivia you had?
Not really. No, there
That's
wasn't.
alright then.
Daredevil's just not.
He's
not quite big enough.
I don't think so, yeah.
He'd all be like comic book lore.
Exactly. And who cares about
Who cares
comics?
about... Wait, you read comics? What are you? Is
What
a
are you-
fucking nerd?
Fucking nerd.
You loser, said the
I was-
podcaster.
I want to read some Daredevil stuff. So if you're listening and you have some suggestions,
I did have one piece of trivia.
oh,
But yes, if you've got suggestions for
yeah,
comics,
if you've got
let us know.
suggestions, send it to adaptapalspod@gmail.com and give us some suggestions.
The one last bit of trivia, and it's a well-known meme. If Batman should be called Daredevil, and Daredevil should be called Batman. It was a viral tweet a while ago of like, if you told me there was a billionaire playboy who went out fighting crime in the middle of the night, dressed in full leather, and another man who can't see,
yeah.
and sees using sonar. If you told me which one was Batman and which one was Daredevil, I'd punch you in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild. It's just really weird.
Oh, it's funny though.
It's a well-known joke, but I had to mention it because it's funny.
Great, I do like it. Okay. So now it's time for our favourite part of the podcast.
What happens here?
We're going to spin the wheel of genres where we have, I think it'd be down to 16 or 17 genres
I keep
now.
adding more.
Oh, it keeps adding more.
Yeah.
So I will never know what genres are on this wheel, and I can see it today.
We can make the
So we're
sound
going
too.
to spin a wheel, and whatever genre it lands on, we're going to then hash out a quick Daredevil
Fine
video game.
Hopefully it will go well.
Hopefully it'll go well.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Might be an idle game. Might be a party game. Well,
Who
it can't do
knows?
that because it's for kick-ass. But
Here we
spin the
go.
wheel. Oh my god! It's a flash of colours landing on
Ooh.
real-time tactics. Is that like an RTS
I believe so. I'm gonna call it real-time.
strategy?
Real-time strategy. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
I kind of just took it from a Wikipedia page.
All right. So you've got the rules were. There are no rules, but the rules were that Daredevil has to be a major focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as he's really playable, as As long as you've got something going on.
Okay, so
It could be a Defenders game, for example. As long as Daredevil's in it.
for a real-time strategy,
Yeah.
first thing that popped into my head was like you play as Kingpin, and you're controlling his forces
Against
Daredevil, fighting his way through the base, and it's all done through like a computer setup, or something like that, and it's all like on the screens, and you're just like go here, go here, go here, and it's all about getting the right people to face down against Daredevil. Thing is, you can flip it, and you can be like the Defenders, for example, going up against that base.
I'm googling because there's a Villain's Lair game or something.
Oh, there's like that DC one, right?
Did they make DC one? I'm not sure.
I don't know, there's a DC mobile game where you played as a villain and rose up through the ranks and fought Batman.
Evil Genius, that's what it is.
Oh,
It came out
okay.
a little while ago. Let me just find some screenshots to show you. You make up a little base of operations.
Oh, cool.
And it's almost like a combination between this, like real-time strategy and a hospital
Right.
tycoon. I forget those games, what they're
Yeah,
called,
yeah.
but you know what I mean. Your 2-point hospitals,
Yeah.
your fucking roller coaster tycoon.
I really want to play one of those roller coaster games.
That look really good.
I haven't, but I really want to.
So yeah, a real-time strategy. Okay, so you play as Kingpin.
I think so. Just because Kingpin's the first one I think of, but yeah, just like someone like a crime boss, so it'd be like a Kingpin, or I don't know who the other crime bosses are, like the Hammerhead or something, and you would just be he's more of a Spider-Man villain, but you get it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You would be setting up the base, and then doing defense against Daredevil and like other defenders and stuff like that.
Having a room that's just alarms, so that
Yeah.
Daredevil, he can't get through very well, he
Exactly.
can't see.
It'd be interesting because
Ooh.
you have like that omniscience as the player because you know all about Daredevil.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be really cool. That's the first thing I thought of. What about you?
I like that a lot.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to sit on this for a
Yeah.
minute because I can. Couch is very loud. I can imagine I wasn't farting. I don't know if it came up. It sounded a lot like I was farting.
I don't know, it smells a lot like you farting.
No, you got me.
Gotcha.
Playing against the defenders and having to plan your defenses in real time.
Yeah.
Against.
And it'd be like you could do it sort of like a mafia game where you're running like the mafia or something.
Yeah.
And there's other activities to do,
Mm-hmm.
but then at any point, Daredevil strikes, and then that's the real time part of it. So it's like you're adapting as like the attack happens. I just think it'd be so cool.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking more XCOM style.
Oh, right.
But I would take your visual mechanics. So, there's the classic fog of war
Yes.
in those kind of, like, real-time strategy games,
Yes.
where you can't see shit if it's not in view. You can't see shit unless it makes sound.
Yeah.
I think your kind of visual style works very well for a top-down game.
Yeah.
So I would probably do that, where you control Daredevil and you have to listen out for things. Characters only make... You can only see characters when they move.
Yeah.
No, they're stationary. You have to just remember where
That's
they are
cool. Yeah.
and try and get to them and attack them.
And then also you'd be planning that out well as
Yeah.
as like because if you see a guy, I was about to point it out. If you see a guy here and a guy here,
You see a guy on one side of the screen
yeah,
and you see a guy
on the other side of the screen, then you would have to be like, oh, well, I remember where he is, so then he's not going to catch me when I go after the other guy. Okay,
Yeah,
this
and
is cool.
I feel like you'd still have to see the walls.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a fine
well, he
thing.
can hear the walls.
Yeah,
well,
he
I
can
mean, sense them, but yes.
So yeah, I would only be able to see it's a weird play on the real-time strategy.
Yeah.
Where instead of vision, it is based on where they move to.
XCOM, that's like the what is it like?
It's like Mario and Rabbids, if that helps.
Yeah, it does actually. It's like it's turn-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely have it turn-based, personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wait, no, it's real-time strategy.
Yes, we can't do turn-based.
Oh,
That's different
no!
sort of game, so it's got to be...
Fuck!
It's got to be my
Shit.
Kingpin game.
Yeah, I fucked it. I'm so sorry. I did
You
turn-based.
broke the rules.
What have I done?
That. Shame, you know.
I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, I think that we're onto something though with Kingpin defending against the defenders. Or just Daredevil on its own. Like, I would say different levels of attack. Like, maybe it's like Daredevil rocks up, or then like Daredevil and the Punisher. and then like Daredevil and the Defenders.
And you got to quickly
Iron
play.
Fist isn't invited because he sucks. Yeah, I just think it'd be cool.
I really enjoy that. No, that's a good time.
I think we did it, and it would be called Kingpin versus Daredevil: Dawn of Justice.
Rise of the Kingpin.
Rise of the Kingpin. That's good.
Be a kingpin.
Be a king, comma pin.
I don't know what that means.
I like it. Okay, that's that.
Yeah,
Got it.
I think we're happy.
Okay.
I think we've done well.
So you know what happens at this part of the podcast.
Well, that was on this one.
Alright, well, if you want to talk to me outside of the podcast, you would go to Dustin_Caldwell on twitch.tv. You'd find me doing some streaming and stuff like that. If you want to contact the podcast in any way, you can find us on Twitter at Adaptapals on Twitter.
Yeah, just Adaptapals.
Adaptapals. And then you can find us on Gmail. On Gmail, it's Adaptapals.
You can find us at Gmail.
You can find us on Gmail. It's adaptapals@gmail.com.
Not quite.
Not
it's
quite.
Adaptapalspod
Adaptapalspod
at
at gmail.com. We're professional.
You damn straight. Send us your ideal Daredevil game.
Absolutely. And if you've been listening to the other ones and you've been a bit shy, send other ideas. We'll read them out.
Yeah,
send a review, good or bad. We'll read it out.
Wait, hang on. Let's not promise that. You guys suck. I hate your voices. I bet you look like dicks.
Yeah. I look like a dick.
I actually kind of want to read hate mail. If you got any hate mail about The Last of Us 2 and why it's good.
Oh, we need to do a segment that's just reading out really awful comments about The Last of Us Part 2.
I kind of want to.
That could
sounds
be a
like
fun segment for this gaming podcast.
Definitely not divisive at all.
Not at all. Well, it could be negative comments about any game.
Yeah.
Starting with Last of Us. But if people wanted to find you, Jack, where would they look?
Well, you can find me at my home, but don't go there. You can find me at twitch.tv/aforgottendonut. You can find me on twitter.com/aforgottendonut. That's most of the places. Really, just look up a Forgotten Donut. Chances are that's me.
He'll be there. And
Yeah.
He'll be friendly.
Yeah.
There'll be some gaming. And
I've got a Discord. Come join that.
There is a
Doing
Discord.
variety
It is
pack.
cool.
Maybe we'll make an Adaptapals Discord.
I was thinking about it.
We'll
Do you
figure it.
want another Discord to manage?
Do
I know how to manage a Discord?
I don't know how to manage my Discord.
That's great. Some guy, when I was streaming, was like, you should have a Discord, and I'm like, I have no idea what that would entail on managing it. And he's like, I could help you. I'm like, maybe.
Well, I've actually got an Adaptapals channel in my Discord, the Donut Variety
You
Pack.
do, yeah.
So, for the moment, come there.
Come there, hang out.
Find it at twitch.tv.
Tell me that I suck because I don't play games.
Yeah.
I do, though.
Clearly not.
Yeah, and give us like comic book suggestions, and
Oh, yeah.
give us, importantly, suggestions for characters and stuff to adapt that aren't necessarily comic book things.
We like comics.
Because we like comics a lot, so we've just been doing those. But
We'll do a movie next.
We'll do a movie. I
Yeah.
think so.
Something.
We'll work it out.
Indiana
Anyway.
Jones is coming out soon. Maybe
Oh
we'll do
my
that.
god. There's
We'll
a
wait for the
game.
film.
There's a game and there's a film coming
Yeah.
out. Bethesda's doing a game.
That's
That's
right.
Machine Studios, who did Wolfenstein.
Oh, yeah.
So,
We'll wait for that.
is the question, is that game just going to be a massive Nazi slaughter party, as in Indiana Jones?
Very well, good.
Because I'm for it.
I'm in for another one.
Yeah, okay. So,
Most importantly, actually.
most importantly.
Even more importantly.
Yes.
Rate 5 stars. Subscribe. Follow. Whatever you have to do.
Do whatever
chuck
it
us a
is.
good
If you're
review.
listening on YouTube,
It helps out.
chuck us some comments.
I will try to remember to upload this.
Yeah, this might be on YouTube. Anyways, do you wanna?
I think
That's it.
I think I hear a theme tune coming.
Your theme tune?
Or maybe it's already been coming.
It's probably been playing this whole time. So thank you for listening to Adaptapals episode 4. I have been Dustin.
I have been Jack.